It is 9:55 in the morning. A man has an important meeting at 10 and he is presenting. At 9:56, the internet stops working. He restarts the router. Nothing. He opens the provider app using mobile data. The app runs a test and says everything looks good. The router is blinking orange. It does not look good from his side. He calls customer service. An automated voice asks for his phone number, his zip code, and the reason for the call. Then it announces that call volume is higher than usual. Soft piano music begins. At 10, he joins the meeting through his phone hotspot. His slides load slowly. His voice keeps cutting out. Every few minutes, someone says, "Sorry, we lost you again." A representative finally answers. He explains the problem. She checks the account, asks him to restart the router again, then transfers him to technical support. The hold music returns. So technical support answers, "How can I help you today?" So he explains everything again. That person runs another test and transfers him to a different team. He explains everything a third time. Finally, someone sends a reset signal. The router turns white. The internet returns. The problem is fixed. The company did help him. It simply placed the useful person at the end of an obstacle course. And that raises a strange question. Why does getting help so often feel harder than paying a company for subscription or service? Because when a company wants your money, everything works beautifully. The button is large. The form is short. Your card is already saved. The free trial begins immediately. Sometimes the company remembers your payment information better than it remembers that you already called 3 times. But when you want to cancel, return something, dispute a charge, or get a refund, the design suddenly changes. The large button disappears. Now you need account settings, then billing settings, then membership options, then a small gray link at the bottom called Manage Plan. You click it, the company offers you a discount. You say no. It offers you 2 free months. You say no. It asks why you are leaving. There is never an option that says, "Because I no longer want this." Signing up takes 1 click. Leaving becomes an exit interview. At first, this looks like poor design. Maybe the company is disorganized. Maybe different departments use different systems. Maybe the chatbot is still learning. But poor design should create problems in every direction. It should sometimes make paying difficult. It should accidentally hide the upgrade button. It should forget to renew your subscription. That almost never happens. The confusion usually has a direction. It is easy to enter and difficult to leave. Easy to pay and difficult to recover money. Easy to add a service and difficult to remove one. That does not mean every annoying screen was created by a group of executives laughing around a table. The system does not need a secret meeting. It only needs an incentive. If confusion keeps customers paying, there is little reason to remove the confusion quickly. Imagine a company charges 1 million people $10 by mistake. Some people never notice. Some notice but assume they forgot what they bought. Some open customer support, see the chatbot, and decide to handle it later. Some begin the process, get transferred twice, and suddenly remember they have dinner to make. A smaller group stays on the phone long enough to reach the right person. The company refunds them. Everyone else disappears somewhere inside the process. Nobody openly refused the refund. Nobody said the customer was wrong. The process simply continued until the customer decided $10 was not worth another hour. The company is not defeating your argument. It is waiting for your energy to run out. And this works because companies understand something very simple about people. We do not evaluate a problem only by how much money is involved. We also evaluate how annoying it will be to fix. A $12 charge should be easy to challenge, but if recovering $12 requires finding an old receipt, resetting a password, explaining the issue 3 times, and listening to music that sounds like a dentist office floating through space, many people will surrender. The amount is often perfect. Large enough to irritate you, small enough to make you question whether fighting it is worth your afternoon. Then the same logic appears in prices. A ticket says $60. You select the date, you choose the seat. You message your friends, you enter your name and payment details. Only then does the price become $94. There is a service fee, a facility fee, a processing fee, a delivery fee for a ticket that is delivered by email. The real price appears after you have already invested time. By then, leaving means starting over somewhere else, changing the plan, or telling everyone the seats are gone. The company is not only selling the ticket, it is using the effort you already spent as pressure to finish. Food delivery works the same way. A meal looks affordable when you choose it. Then the fees arrive: a delivery fee, a service fee, a small order fee, a local fee, a fee that appears to exist because the other fees looked lonely. By the final screen, the price barely resembles the meal. But you are hungry. The address is entered. The card is ready. You are already emotionally committed to noodles. So you pay. The system learns that the first price only needs to begin the decision. The final price can arrive after the decision feels complete. Then there is the work companies quietly move on to the customer. At the grocery store, you find the items, scan them, bag them, and search through a menu for the exact type of apple. The machine says there is an unexpected item in the bagging area. The unexpected item is the apple you just scanned. An employee enters a code and walks away. You finish doing the checkout. Then the screen asks you to rate the experience. You were the cashier, you were the customer. And for a brief moment, you were the main suspect in a theft investigation conducted by a scale. You assemble the furniture, you print the return label, you find a box, you tape it, you drive it to a drop-off location, you troubleshoot the router, you install the software update. You confirm that the update did not work. Then you contact support and describe every step you already completed. Some self-service is genuinely convenient. It can save time, but notice how the deal has changed. The company saves labor, the customer performs more of the process, and somehow the price still increases. The word convenience often means the company made something more convenient for itself. When the problem is small, all of this can be funny. A stubborn chatbot, a printer that needs an account before it will print a document you already own, a return page that asks you to upload a photograph of an item that never arrived. But the same system becomes much less funny when the issue is serious. A medical claim is denied because a code is wrong. An insurance company asks for a document that was already submitted. A flight is canceled, but the refund becomes credit that expires. A bank freezes a card, then asks the customer to verify the account using the frozen card. Now the customer may be trying to recover hundreds or thousands of dollars. The process may be technically available. There is a number to call, there is a form to complete, there is a department that can help, but access to the solution depends on how much time and energy the customer can spend reaching it. One person can stay on hold all afternoon, another has to return to work. One person can wait 6 weeks for money. Another needed that money yesterday. One understands the language in every form. Another is afraid that one wrong answer will close the case. The system may be the same for everyone. The cost of surviving it is not. The person who gives up is not always the person with the weakest case. Sometimes it is simply the person with the least time left. That is what makes exhaustion useful. Most people are already managing passwords, bills, emails, appointments, work, family, and forms. Then one company adds a 40-minute call, another needs a verification code, another asks for the original receipt from 11 months ago. Another says the request was closed because the customer did not respond to an email that went into spam. Eventually, the question is no longer, am I right? The question becomes, do I have enough energy to prove I am right again? And companies do not need everyone to give up. A small percentage is enough. A few forgotten subscriptions, a few abandoned refunds, a few customers who accept store credit instead of cash, a few people who pay the fee because going backward feels worse. Multiply that by millions of customers and frustration stops being an accident. It becomes revenue. The future could make this even stranger. Companies are already using automated systems to avoid unnecessary conversations with customers. Soon, customers may use their own automated assistants to survive those systems. Your assistant contacts the company assistant. Cancel the service. I understand you would like to explore premium options. No. Cancel. The company assistant offers 3 free months. Your assistant rejects the offer. The company asks for verification. Your assistant uploads the document. The company says the document is unclear. The two machines politely waste each other's time for 6 hours. Then the company emails the human. We closed your case because we did not hear from you. We built technology to save people time. Then companies used it to make access to people more difficult. Now customers may need more technology just to reach the technology that was supposed to help them. A few days after the internet outage, the man receives his monthly bill. Full price. He remembers the frozen presentation, the repeated explanations, the 3 departments, the 40-second guitar loop that still occasionally plays in his head. He sees a button that says, "Questions about your charges?" Maybe the outage is worth a $6 credit. Maybe 8. He clicks the button. The support page opens. A chatbot appears. "Hello, I am here to make your experience easier." He already knows what comes next. The app will run a test. The automated voice will ask for his phone number. Account services may transfer him to billing. Billing may ask him to explain the outage from the beginning. Again, he closes the page. Not because the company is right, not because the money does not matter. He closes it because the obstacle course worked. And that is the business model. The company does not always need to deny your request. It does not need to convince you that the charge is fair. Sometimes it only needs to make fixing the problem feel like more work than accepting it.